I am Bukola Balogun, and I have in the studio with me the ladies. I have Ibinabo Dixon. Good afternoon, Ibinabo.
Bukola, let's carry it to the air. Good afternoon.
How have you been?
My heart just don't come sit down for where it's supposed to be.
Thank God. Don't worry, we're going to come back to why your heart has been up.
When there is life
Right?
and we still have God, all is well. Good
All
afternoon,
right.
listeners.
Good afternoon. How's your day been? The pipeline explosion, and that had to do with a gas pipeline that got busted. Now there was no explosion, but it got busted and was going into the air. And we thank God that the situation has been brought under control and it didn't go beyond what has happened. And yes, there was a whole lot of panic. There was so much so much drama happening all at once, everybody running for their lives and all happening at once. Even I would like to get your contribution on this.
Information is key.
Mm.
Company, we were having a meeting, early morning meeting. So I was even saying, I like better finish and go and look at what's going on with Panorama. I just saw people running, in towards. Come on, 6 feet. Cars were brushing cars. Things were happening. I'll be sprint out. The way I flew to my car. Exit. So many people ran in here for safety. And I was like, how do we now go? I hope, because what the information I was given initially was that a tanker, when information gets from hand to hand,
yes.
it keeps, the truth will be depleting and then whatever will be added up to it to make it up. So what the first thing I heard was a tanker conveying gas exploded just in front of Arepo. So I was like, oh my goodness, there's a filling station there. What's going to happen? Oh my goodness, how do we go out? Are we not going to be locked in here? All those things. Before we now started gathering the real
information.
Oh my God, I don't know, what do we say? We still need to understand that even when we have construction workers working anywhere, there should be the map of that area and whatever we have on the ground, so that they are very careful at whatever they are doing. If they need to dig, if they need to do anything, they have to be very careful so that they don't even endanger themselves too. Because what happened? Had it been there was any form of ignition of fire, the story would have been a different case entirely. So it all boils down to security and understanding the terrain of where you work.
All right. Thank you very much. When I was thinking of that story, I actually thought about it, that don't they have the map of that? And so they don't just cause havoc. But then, Buki, I would like to get your own I would like to get your own thoughts on this. I saw a video of someone who was, standing right in front of, was escaping. And I was wondering, what if there is a spark from the pole? What if there is someone smoking somewhere? What if there is just anything? What happens to you? There was a video I saw, someone was literally walking to that place. And by the time he got in front of it, then he stood and was looking.
Some of us get liver more than we ourselves. More than ourselves.
But I don't think this is
to see what is happening. Though it's
is that not ignorance?
It's not
I don't think it's ignorance.
It's not ignorance.
It's not ignorance. Because you're seeing it, it's danger.
It just wants. For me, I think he just threw caution into the wind to say, let me just go. And see. But you see, the truth about it is that my own experience. Though my staff, I was with my staff this morning. He said he's been listening to radio that there's a tanker explosion somewhere for gas. There's a gas leaking. There's a gas leakage. So assumption was tanker. Assumption was tanker. Okay, so we said, okay, since we are going out, let's move on. But we now noticed that we saw quite a lot of people outside. and we were wondering that what's happening in Arikwa and all that.
By this time of the day.
Exactly. And then I saw, our youth with funny hairstyles and things like that. Oh, I said, okay, maybe they are doing some shooting of the people to cast, because they had funny, all this, their dreadlocks and all that. Until we got to the gate, and I said, something is wrong. Then, of course, the noise, the gas coming. I said, oh, okay, so it can't be a tanker. It should be something else. But information, like you said, is key. Everybody was just saying tanker, gas, this and that. And then, there was a whole lot of drama. Everybody was turning back. The children were running. And, there was hell. It was like, okay, should we move on or should we go? I said, well, native sense. You better turn back. You better turn back, until we now got... Exactly. Until we now got inside, then I saw a friend of ours, and then she stays in one of the estates close by. So, I mean, even the way she was dressed, that all of them rushed out. So I said, come, what's happening? She said they could not stand, the smell.
Very
that in
stringent.
fact, they had told everybody in that to move out. So everybody just moved out. They just brought out their cars. They didn't even carry anything with you. I mean, so you could see a lot of that coming up, and then all of them stayed somewhere, So for me, just like you said, they ought to be, we know them to be professional people. So we expect that they will have had, I don't know what they will call the map, maybe the geographical map or whatever it is, they have a name to know the structures on there, particularly the fact that they know that this place has pipe. They have piped everywhere. I mean, to all the West African countries, so they are there. So they should have had, how do I put it? Safety measures to ensure that such a thing does not happen. And even because we know the engineers
to measure in
are
case
safe
of
to measure
that
if this happens. And then secondly, for me, government should look at alternative routes. We should be, you understand? So, God forbid, if anything had happened, there's no escape route for anybody. Just like Murabo said, there's no escape route. So, what we're saying to the people that are listening, I mean, that have influence on the people who are doing this, let's take alternative routes seriously. And then let's look at what happened. I mean, I know they will investigate it, but then somebody has to go for it.
When we see issues of and it's actually not so right. I can remember there was one that happened. I've forgotten the area now. Not too long ago. It happened in the course of this year, and people were walking towards that direction, and the explosion. Apparently there is really no one that would have said if not they didn't see that in Lagos. So it is like a lesson for us to learn from. Yes, if you were even going there to go and gather reports, you wouldn't even go that close.
Even with the smell,
because some persons were choking.
Yes.
You see, first off, let's talk about the stringent measures that should be taken against a reoccurrence. Because you see, so a lot of times things would happen. Like at the end of the day, there was no no fatality. So it's like, okay, very soon now the air will clear and we won't talk about it again. There has to be stringent measures put in of the pipeline that they named Arepo and Ariepo.
Yeah.
Okay. So it has to do with the name.
I understand it's because I actually thought it was because of the fuel, really. But I understand somewhere along the line we had a lot of palm trees, which is Epo.
Okay. But if there isn't anything like this, you should put such measures in place so that whoever is doing anything, not just on the highway now, even within the community, because you have pipelines, conveying various products that are very inflammable, and you begin to there's some areas they put marks. They are marked out that you don't erect anything there. You don't put up anything there. And people go up and erect structures there. These are all very dangerous. You understand? So I feel that the government should use what happened now, what happened this morning at between Arepo and Magboro. As an example to reach out to people and sound warning that if you know that you have any form of structure you have erected on
the pipeline,
the route that the pipeline has been, run, you should please
take
it off, because you're going to endanger innocent people's lives, and we don't want that.
Yeah.
Then looking at the person that was walking towards that, see, you don't understand the level of ignorance that is going on in this country, in the midst of some people. When people heard that there's a leakage pipeline, yes, they're not thinking that, okay, this is something that you could easily, grab and, like take some and go and sell. You understand? The mindset could be, let me go and see if there's something, if I can scoop some. You understand?
Scoop gas. I think the guy just threw caution to the wind, and in curiosity, but he doesn't know that. I mean, it could be a death, because, like you said, if any spark, that's the end of the man's life.
It is what was coming up from there.
It was
highly inflammable.
Very, yeah.
So and
even the noise, the smell, But for me, you mentioned the issue of individuals. Let us also talk about construction company, because this one has to do with the construction company.
That's what I'm saying. That
yes,
as much as they're going to, the government should address those ones.
Yeah,
they should equally look at individuals
because
who have erected some structures on all of this.
Because for me, it might be somebody's carelessness. He did not take to professional ethics, because the people who are doing it, we know them from, except maybe hands have changed, because everything rises and falls on the leadership, except maybe they have changed, their brand, and they also are not ready to be professional about their jobs. But if we know that brand, they take to professional ethics on the job. They would have known that. They will have seen the map of that place. They will have known where the pipelines are. They will have known how to dig and how to excavate the surface and all that. But now they have done this. It has harmed a lot of people. A lot of businesses have been, because a lot of people left homes. A lot of people left their offices. Somehow along the line, they've made some people to lose, and then of course the time value of money and all that. So they need to investigate, one, and then they need to let us know, even if they don't want to tell us. But let them sit down and let them warn them, this must not happen again. But my own is, we are not human, we are not God, we are still human beings. We are still men at the very best. When such things happen, what do they do? Thank God they said they have done it, because I understand the report we had was like 4 or 5 hours before the atmosphere is there. So thank God they've done that. But then this must not happen again.
All right.
It should happen again.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your contribution. 07000 917 917 is the studio line to call to be a part of Panorama. And yes, you can send in a WhatsApp or a text message to 070 317 56537. Now, I'd like to get to hear from you. If you probably experienced it, I would like to get your own encounter. What was it like for you? Because I know of someone who was into a panic attack because of all that happened. She fell, and it was someone who was trying to help her up. Her phone, everything was on the ground. Help her up and all of that. So she was in shock.
People with asthma.
Yes. So she was in shock, and I'm sure a number of persons actually found themselves in that space. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. All right, do want to call us back. 07000 917 917 is the studio line to call. And 090 25455. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Steve Black, and I'm calling from Owe.
It's good to have you. Your contribution this morning.
Yeah, you were talking talking about people building on pipeline and dangerous buildings like drainages and all that. It's not actually the people's fault, but the government's fault. Every building erected anywhere, before it gets to 4, 5 coaches, the government is already aware. There's a government agency that goes there to mark the place with red paint, stop work, whatever. Those people are the ones encouraging the project from going on. The government will do their job properly and make sure that nobody flies wrecked in 2 hours or overnight.
Okay.
It takes some time. So the government official, I know what I'm talking about. They know it. So God bless you all.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for your contribution there. Yes, Ibinabe, you have something to say.
Okay. Yes. Of course, it takes two to tango. Because when there are policies put in place, and then some people are breaking these rules, and those who are supposed to exert the appropriate punishment or enforce the appropriate punishment are not doing so because probably their palms have been greased. However, there are some areas where we should blame the two. Those whose palms are being greased and those who are greasing people's palms. There was a particular place where the government official came and demolished all of the structures that were erected on that particular area. And then after some time, the structures started coming up again. And I was like, what is going on here? And somebody said, don't mind, it's not a problem. By the time they erected these structures and they do business for some time, before government will have time to come again, they will have made enough profit, before the next demolition. So we ourselves are not security conscious, because if you know the level of damage that could come about if whatever it is you are erecting there affects what is underneath, that is the pipeline that is there, then you will know that it is not going to just affect you that you are digging and building. It will affect the whole. I mean, I cannot really say the radius, the radar rather, because it's going to go to a particular length from the very point of explosion. So there is need for everyone to take precautions. We are too business minded to even care about our
safety.
Safety,
All
which
right.
is very bad.
Thank you very much, Ibinabo. All right, you want to call us back on 07000 917 917. Hello, good afternoon. All right, you can try and send us a text message if you're finding it difficult to reach us. 090 256 25455. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Okay, I need you to turn down the volume of your radio completely.
Yeah, I have done that now.
Yes, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Francis.
You're calling us from where, Francis?
I'm calling from Lagos.
All right.
Precisely.
Okay.
Well, as regards what you're saying concerning people going to meet the pipeline while explosion was on, and some people greasing some people's palm and what have you. You see, anywhere discipline is far from the people, expect more than this to happen. Because, I don't know, especially even in Lagos, people have autonomy to just do anything they want to do. You see some people building houses, somebody just wear uniform and just come down there and tell you he's from this place, he's from that place. They want their own money. Same thing with these guys doing all these pipeline projects and what have you. The issue on ground is the fact that for a long time, the Nigerian community, the ruling class, and those that are and the citizens have told the wrong path. No discipline. So the contractor that is collecting the job and the top to the bottom and start dividing as a contractor, you give this person, you give that person. At the end of the day, it leads to contractor using substandard materials to carry out the project. Again, okay, I'll give you an instance now. The Minister of Labor and Productivity announced that 5 naira should be deducted from pump petrol price. But I tell you something, the filling station, NNPC filling station, right in front of the filling station, right in front of NNPC office in Abuja, is still selling at 162. Even after that announcement.
All right.
So you see, there is no adequate monitoring. There is no, nobody is paying any price. Everybody is getting away with whatever they do.
I need you to wrap up now. All right. Thank you very much.
No discipline. Nothing will work.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for your contribution there. And he has made mention has to play out, which is very, very important. But then we're still talking about us being mindful, of our environment. And you mentioned this yesterday with Ipinapo. But then there has been a whole lot of cry outs that has to do with people being attacked, on the roads. And we actually had a disturbing picture that we actually saw of a woman who was injured. And this has to do with somewhere in Ikorodu along Agric Road. And this has been on for a while. Buki, I would like to get your thoughts on this. This has been on for a while. That's not the first time I'm actually going to hear about that. And definitely we can't be plying our roads. And now we're scared of moving. Okay, we know at night anything can happen. But then even during the day where you have people who are brazen-faced and are attacking people.
Yeah, this is my own response to it. This is not something that just happened. We understand it's been happening. They've been attacking people on that road, and it's no longer a secret. Everybody knows about it, but it looks as if the people are supposed to do something about it have closed their eyes, or they have turned their eyes, they have turned their ears, they made it deaf, because if on a major road you ply it and people are attacking you, I want to believe that there are security officers in that place, there are community leaders in that place, we have the local government in that place. They are the first people that are supposed to look into it and find out what exactly it is. And with community intelligence, they'll get to know who are doing these things. Because I saw the picture of the lady and I wondered that, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this for ourselves? What's the whole essence of you enduring? And the report we had is that it has become a daily occurrence. So that means somebody is benefiting from it. Because if you are there as a security officer, the local government chairman, people of influence, community leaders, because that is why they are there, to ensure at least they add support to what the government is doing. Government cannot do everything, but you are the local government of your area. So I think for such areas, I think the people who are responsible should get up and do what is right. That's what we are saying. Anywhere you are, do what is right.
Ibinabo.
Okay, the question I've been asking myself is, the governors in the Western region came up with what they called Amotekun. My question is, what is the essence of coming up with such a security outfit? Then what is going on? How long will it take for Amotekun to, be in action? You understand? Because the members from each state are people within the locality of where they are going to be operating. So that means that they understand the terrain. They tend to know, the faces around there are familiar, except a few ones that are probably visitors. So if we have all of this security outfit in place to augment the efforts of Nigerian police and the civil defense corps and everything. I think there should be an improvement in the area of insecurity. But all of these things, Monteku, we don't know what is going on. The Nigerian police seemingly are overwhelmed. The Nigerian Defense Corps, everything is, it's just like we don't have any form of security agencies around. It's like people are just at the mercy of these hoodlums, these miscreants, which is not right. Because like that place they mentioned, it's just one place now. If everybody in their own area begin to send in and cry out for help, we're going to be overwhelmed. So what is, just like we have always said here, we're not going to call on the governor now. We have local government chairmen, chairpersons. They have association. There's an association of local governments in Nigeria, in a state, in this and that. It's not enough having associations. What are you doing? Because I know that in that Ikorodu, that particular area, they have a local government chairman. What is he doing? They have someone representing that particular constituency in the state assembly and in the national assembly. What are these people doing? Sometimes you ask yourself, when we vote for people to represent us, what exactly? We need to have a clear-cut understanding on this. What exactly are they going there to do for us? Are they just going there to answer yes when they say if Arepo is a constituency and it's Arepo present? Is that the end of it? Are they not concerned about the well-being of the people? Are they not concerned about all of these incidents that people are facing? All of these issues of insecurity. You know, I like the part that the National Assembly has summoned the defense minister and the chief of staff.
Okay.
You know, we should. I mean, there is need for them to dialogue and look at the way forward. If our form of intelligence gathering and security architecture is not working, we should change it. We should restructure, because the level of insecurity in Nigeria has gotten to a point that you are almost having this feeling that there is no security agency at all in Nigeria. And we have. Just that the level of insecurity has become so overwhelming, so palpable that it's like you can touch and feel it. So the government need to do a lot.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Ibinabo, for all that you have told us this afternoon. But before we call the program to a wrap, there's a program on COVID-19 adaptation strategies for residents of multi-tenanted housing in Lagos. And it's going to be happening here on Women Radio, WFM 91.7, to be taking place today at 5:30 p.m. You can call in, you can join the conversation. There are questions that are going to be asked. You can actually call in and join the conversation. But yes, also, before we call the program to a wrap, VAL conference is going to be taking place tomorrow at exactly 11 a.m. It's going to be a virtual conference this time around. It is the 5th VAL conference. And this is going to be happening. It's going to be aired on radio, on television, and social media platforms. But then you can listen live. We're going to be discussing on men's voices, against gender-based violence. Men need to begin to speak up right now. And we have line-up speakers who are going to be talking on this day. Great people are going to be talking tomorrow at 11 a.m. We want you to join the conversation. But as we call the program to wrap up now, but what will be your final words?
I just want to tell everybody that as much as we are calling on the government to up their game in the area of security, we should become sensitive to what is going on in our environment. If you see anything that is awkward, that is not what should be normally, you should say something. Don't keep quiet. Don't just look at it and say, what do I do? There must be somebody you can reach out to. We can't just keep silent. We can't keep quiet. We need to say it out. We need to say it loud. And then also, I'm appealing to the government to please look into these issues of gas explosion, because yesterday someone called in and made a comment on how cylinders of 50 kg are being transported on Okada motorbikes from one destination to the other. And it was very particular about areas like Magboro, Ibafo and Co. So the government should look into that. We don't want to wait till disaster happens before we begin to run into helter skelter.
Thank you so much. Buki, what will be your final words this afternoon?
Yeah, I'll just talk generally that we should be responsible to ourselves. We call it responsibility, which I always say it's the ability to respond, appropriately to whatever situations we find ourselves. We are going into the festive period. COVID is still around, so we need to up our hygiene game. Know where you go to. It's not everywhere you go to. That's the truth. And then, of course, in terms of your responsibility, one, you must be a good citizen. Value yourself so that you can value your fellow human beings.
All right.
And wherever you are, do good. Don't do evil. We know what is evil. We know. It's just that at times our conscience, we have sealed it.
All right.
Let's just do good.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Buki. And please, let's make sure we stay safe out there and let us be security conscious. It's very, very important. I am Bukola Balogo. Thank you, Daniel, for helping out with production. But please do enjoy the rest of your day and compliment of the season.
To sponsor this program, please call 080-9058-2769.